Hey, what's up, Patreon? It's been a while since I made a video. This is going to be a long one. We're just going to hang out for a while. Okay, so if you got nothing to do, grab a cigar, a doobie, a beer, a soda, whatever it is, and let's chill. So, yesterday, I've been meaning to do this for like a couple of years, but I finally, cleaned the front room and reorganized it, right? The low point for me was the Norda track in the background of the YouTube videos, right? That's Kate's Norda track, right? She wanted it for her birthday last year, and I got to give it to her. She's been using it. She's been using it all the time, right? She's staying skinny, unlike me. So let's take a look, and we're going to look at all the stuff in there and where I hang out, where I make the YouTube videos. And I'll try to keep the camera angle as best as I can. And then we'll just hang out and talk. We'll put the thing on the stand and we'll chill. We got a show from the Maple Leaf with Joe Crown. This is our living room, by the way. We got the purple couches, right? This is this painting I got from a Haitian artist named Charlemagne. But see, I wanted to get this painting for years. It was hanging at a club in Florida in Matlacha. And I kept offering them money for it, and they said no, they wouldn't sell it. Finally, one year they sold it to me. But one time when I was on drugs, I got mad and I stabbed it. So I probably ruined the value, but it still looks awesome. So yeah, this is Vester's little window seat here, right? So he chills and looks out at all the cats and stuff that chill down there. We got a little climbing area for him. These are all Kate's books that she doesn't read. This is the poster, Adopt a Cat, right? The poster, let's see if I get the light on here. Yeah, let's see if we can get this. There's where we saw Sylvester for the first time, right there. After I dreamt that Kate and I weren't even together. We were just friends. And I dreamt that we had a cat named Sylvester. It's a Diane DeMassa painting and shit. All right, okay, I think I've kind of been through this before, so let's go to the good stuff. Let me turn the music down a little bit. It's from the Maple Leaf right there. I just put on my own music so YouTube wouldn't flag me. Okay, so this is our only electric guitar because the other ones, the really nice ones, got stolen. Okay, this is Kate's pedal board. Right here. Can we see that? There we go. Right there. So she goes like acoustic into this sometimes and then into the rest of it. But sometimes she goes straight in electric through there. She needs to clean her pedals. It's gross. Speaking of cleaning. So anyway, I got to clean this amp off. This is a brand new Harp gear that was a gift from Tom Halchak from Blue Moon Harmonicas. So it's the same as this one. You can see the difference in age, in nicotine, and everything. This one still has some breaking in to do, but it sounds great. And it's funny, the controls are completely different on both of them, okay? Oh yeah, so this is brand new, like brand new. Like I did it a while ago, but I just did it up again better today. This is a travel pedal board. Like my other one I travel with all the time, right? The big one. You guys have seen this. You know, the big one here. We'll open that one up in a minute too, but like this is a little one. I need a kind of smaller one, like to go where I don't need a lot of pedals. And like if something goes wrong, it's easier to fix and stuff like that. And also just something that's like takes up less space in the overhead compartment. This one fits in the overhead. It's just sometimes I need to bring like the little wheel cart thing right there in order to like carry it around the airport. And sometimes the airlines give me a hard time. They consider that an extra thing. So I made this little travel board, and I happen to have enough important pedals, right? So this is Lone Wolf. I don't think sells this pedal board anymore. But here it is, right? Right, here we go. So yeah, so it's basically like all Lone Wolf pedals except I added an EQ. So I tried it out today. It's pretty cool. I was able to do some different stuff. I don't think I've really learned how to fully take advantage of it yet, but on some weird amps on the road, it'll be good. So it's basically the harp shield, and then the harp shield goes into the EQ. The EQ goes into the clean cat, right? And then the clean cat goes into the harp break, and then it gets compressed with the flat cat. Then it goes reverb, and then sonic stomp. So that's like really everything I need. And then I have the little red in case I need to go direct to the board. And the EQ will also come in super handy for that. Right, so these are my two harp gear amps and my two pedal boards, right? So it's pretty cool. I'm very blessed to have two of these things to work with in case something goes wrong, right? So here's the board you guys are most familiar with, right? Most of you have seen this. This new IEC cable is new. I like that. This big sturdy thing. I swear to goodness it sounds better, right? So the only thing that's different than the video that I made in 2019 of this board is the addition of that, so I can run both harp gears at the same time. So I just come out of the side port here, and I go into there, and then I run one amp A and B like that, right? And then underneath here, oh yeah, the Phoenix Clean Power is there. Had some trouble with this at first. I was getting a buzz, but it's gone. I changed out a thing. Anyway, yeah. So basically the same thing as the travel board, except it has two delays. I'm trying this phaser out for a little while instead of my normal chorus, just for fun, just for something different. I'll go back to the chorus or add it again later. And then, I got the two delays, right? And then, of course, the looper switcher ferret, right? That thing's a big, big part of the rocket launcher, as Johnny Sansone called it. This is a new thing I haven't tried yet. So this is Death by Audio. It's for vocals. It has these things for guitars or harmonicas, the quarter inch, but this is what I'm going to use it for. So you put your vocals through and you can add reverb. So it'd be really good for harmonica reverb. My friend Stevie Linworth got me this. Stevie was one of the first guys to hire me up in Maine. He had a band called the Swinging Blue Matadors. One of the best guitar players I ever hung with. Even Charlie Beatty met him and was like, holy Christmas, this kid's good. So yeah, Stevie, I know you're not on my Patreon, but I love you, bro. And yeah, I'm gonna try this out. You can get a stand for it too, so it can sit right on your mic stand, and then you can adjust it song to song. So if you're playing acoustic harp and you want some really good verb and delay, this thing should be super cool. Anyway, it's supposed to be really old style delay too. That's my old Manji harmonica case that my buddy made for me. You open it up, right? And you can put harmonicas in it. I don't really tour with it. I just keep it around the house, a couple of harps in there, not many. Right. So anyway, yeah, the reason I don't tour with it is I don't want it to get banged up. It's got my name on it and stuff, right? So it's kind of cool. Very cool. Right. Plus now I'm with Honer, so I can't really be carrying around a Manji case. These are some boards, right? So this is Eddie El Gato Elguera. Very good. Have a drink, right? This is his Hasoi board, right? And it's got a cat with a crown on it, like a king crown, right? So it's kind of like a Christian nod right there. And, of course, Hasoi is Christian too, right? So this is kind of a big thing for me. It was the only board I ever bought to not skate. Somebody skated it a little bit. My buddy Randy Sandoval, who used to make harmonicas, made me this board. This was a Jason Ricci board with a bunch of Thelemic stuff and Egyptian stuff, and it's definitely too nice to skate. He was mad at me that I didn't skate it. I did skate it once, right? But then I was just I'm not doing it. And somebody sent me this. This is just a board that somebody designed and wrote love and stuff. Generally, when I go to people's houses and they have things up that say love and family and honor and respect, I usually get a little nervous. Why do you need that on the wall, right? What are you trying to prove, right? There's a picture of Kate that she hates. This thing here is one of my favorite things. I don't know if you can see with the lighting, but it's a wizard, right? Or in the woods, and there's a raven right there. It's just killer. That's my buddy Alma David Waite, one of my oldest friends in the world. He's a painter. We used to, do a lot of crazy stuff together, right? So there's another Alma painting too, right over here. This one I really, really like too. So yeah, let me turn the flash off here. There we go. Anyway, yeah, this is like another wizard guy, like out in the with 12 stones and a bear and definitely some shaman stuff. It's not like really a wizard, it's a medicine man. Alma's Native American. So anyway, yeah, so this is the room basically. Now this is where I work, right over here, okay? So I got my little external speakers. I bought these for $30, not that, 5 or 6 years ago, and they kill him. They got a bass thing on the bottom too. I can crank bass or turn it down. Right. Hold on. Those little speakers starting to distort a little bit. Killing. All right. So then, let's see. Okay, yeah, all right. We'll go over to some more stuff. So there's some wolf masks I just got, some Rougarou Dogman masks. This is my Saints tribute area. I mean, there's Saint stuff throughout the whole house. But this kind of is a concentrated area of Who Dat isms. Okay, so first you got that Who Dat Nation right there. Andy Kurse gave me that. Who Dat Owl. All right, and then you start to come over here, Who Dat Bear, Who Dat Football, Who Dat Pez Dispenser. There's an old Brandon Cooks dude. There's Jimmy Graham back when he was cool and dressed in black and gold and made touchdowns and shit. There's our man Darren Sproles. We miss you, little Day of the Dead cat. LSU Barbie. My sister-in-law got me this LSU Barbie. And you want to know some fucked up shit? Do you know that the black LSU Barbie was cheaper than the white one? Man, come on, right? Look at her, man. She's perfect. How you gonna do that, right? These came in McDonald's, right? And we got the Saints one, right? They were I forget what they were. They were running backs, but I forget what they were called. They had a name, right? So there's an old Echo harmonica right there. And another one right there. Let me put the light back on. There's a Boraminovich. This is a harmonica I made for Kate. Hold on, let me turn down my dumb singing. All right, that's too quiet though. All right, so anyway, yeah, this is a signed Saints helmet. I think it's Sproles, right? I don't know. I gotta ask Andy. There's another one that we haven't gotten signed yet. I'm hoping Traquan signs that, or C.J. Gardner-Johnson. That would be the best. There's an old Super 64, right? Professional Larry Adler. I love these harmonicas that came with the rounded edges. Now, people make them this way now, but a lot of people don't know. They made them this way. Not all of them and not all brands, but Hohner made them this way. This one's a Sousa band by... John Phillips Sousa band, professional model, right? That's pretty cool, man. So yeah, I love that. These here are all harmonicas owned by Paul DeLay. I have no proof of purchase, nothing. I just know who I got them from. They're DeLay harmonicas. There's the classic Paul DeLay Big River right there. DeLay played that. That's insane. Okay. So yeah, I love that. Love that vibe. I love that there's no papers with them, right? It's just for me. It's not to be sold. Anyway, yeah, some more Saint stuff down here. Look at this. It came off, right? All right, I'll have to fix that later. That's my first Rode harmonica case right there. The very first one. I screwed a little mic stand thing into it. Never really worked well. Got knocked over. This is one of those amplified harmonica things. The guy tried to get me to play these things, man. Man, weird. Too much. Look at this. That doesn't look cool. I mean, harmonica looks dorky enough, right? As it is, right? You don't need this giant shoebox in your face. Anyway, sorry to rag on the guy, but man, he spent all his money too. I told him not to. I said, man, just get out while you can, right? There's when we won the Super Bowl, right? The Sports Illustrated, little Saints thing, little Drew thing, signed Drew Brees jersey, right there. That's from my main coach, Jerry Zaffaratos. Zaff, Saints, little Drew thing, little Colston thing, right? There's our little tip bucket. We got a little Saints speeding car, right? Pretty cool. Some books, you can tell, all recovery related. All right. This, there we go. Look at that. Blind Owl up there. Blind Owl. Alan Wilson, one of my earliest and still strongest harmonica influences. Look at those cats. Cat Wreck. Cat Wreck. Wizard of Oz, definitely one of my favorite things. Got the window all blacked out, so we night owls can be cool in the daytime. Little Sproles jersey, Cage Norda track. All right, Anubis, boys are pussy shit. There's Ann Harris and I. Kate wore this dress after we got screwed out of the Super Bowl. Says I bend over for Brady, right? Right, like it's just what refs do. We saw the Alma thing. Classic Mark Teleska saying, the more I practice, the luckier I get. R.L. Burnside fan from the Hill Country Festival, right, in Mississippi. Another Blind Owl poster. These posters, these Blind Owl posters I got, these are from David Wilson, from Alan's brother, who, because of YouTube and the video that I made about Alan, came out and saw me when I was with Nick Moss years ago in Cambridge, and we met and we became really good friends. And man, he's the best. And he brought me up to Alan's room and showed me like all this stuff, all this Alan stuff is incredible. Like writings, I read his journals and everything, right? Just left me in there for like 6 or 7 hours. All right, getting back to like the work area. All right, so yeah, I was speakers, right? My Hasoi board, Christian Hasoi, like my favorite skater. There's Nikki Curran, who I grew up with, right? Nikki died at 35 from, I think, tongue and throat cancer. My boy Sean Costello, who I love. You guys definitely check out Sean Costello. That's Sean Costello. And then, of course, above me all the time, if I'm teaching you on Skype or you ever see me on YouTube and I'm talking about Pat Ramsey, right? You might see me look up, and it's me looking up at Pat. I miss him. I love him. I think of him every day. Love you, bro. You're the man. All right, Mike Ledbetter, good friend of mine, man, also passed away. So this is my little memorial, right? It doesn't make me sad. It makes me happy that I got to be with these people, and got to hang out with these people. This crazy thing my mom found at a garage sale, this like wild lizard, right? I like wild lizards, right? This violin is very nice. My ex-boyfriend Brady bought me that. And, I never really got into playing it. I'm not even sure it works right. There's a little Rougarou, a little dog man chilling. Johnny Winter thing. We're getting close to the good part, right? There's the Johnny Winter record I was on that won a Grammy. Not really too into my playing on that record. It's a long story, right? But whatever. There's the Grammy certificate, right? You don't get a trophy if you didn't produce or the album on your name. Colston jersey. Nick Moss bought me this for just letting him in the band stay here. We totally would have let him do that anyway, right? There's a little record that says, it's got a picture of me on it. It's very cool. Now, here we go to the good part, okay? So this is my humidor. So it says Jason Ricci there, right? But the name of the humidor is the Watson, Okay, the Watson is from Tom Watson. But before we get to the humidor, let's take a look at the top. So we got this big, giant, beautiful amethyst stone that my mom got me. This tuck-away harmonica is one of my favorite harmonicas, right? Let me show you what this thing is like, right? So I'm not sure I can do it, right? So look, you can see like there's no harmonica, right? And then you just squeeze it and the harmonica comes out, right? Let's see. See how it doesn't always work perfect every time, right? Ah, there it goes, right? You squeeze it, the harmonica comes out, right? How cool is that, right? Right? And then you just tuck it away. It does, it, maybe this, see, hold on, tuck away. There it goes, it's tucked away, right? That was a wedding present from this awesome Canadian harmonica player and friend of Katrina Sturton's, who we dig, right? There's me and Ann and JP chilling. There's the Virgin Mary, Mother Mary, right? There's a little gato hanging out behind the tuck away. Pete G, my man Pete G got me this. Here's one of my blues music awards. My mother has the other one. I think I only have two. Working on three. This award I really like. This is for Harmonica Player of the Year from SPA. So that's an award for harmonica players given by harmonica players. That was 2017. And Michael, the president of SPA, and my main man Winslow Yerkes presented me that. I was crying. This little cat thing is one of my favorite things, right? This is the most ridiculous thing ever. It's just somehow somebody made that, right? This is like the old harp that was off the Butterfield thing, the trumpet call, right? My buddy Jerry Deal gave me that. This is very, very cool right here. So this isn't just your average ordinary blues band. That's a Pat Ramsey signed blues band. So yeah, there's a walk by faith, not by sight, right? And then here's the cool part. Okay, so this right here is the remote to control this, right? Look at that. Dun, dun, dun. Right, let's get some music in, right? So this is the Watson. So it's, believe it or not, it's kind of empty right now. But that's about to change. Let's take a look at this. So here's some of my cigars, okay? These are all of my cigars, okay? But we'll go over like just exactly how ridiculous I am, okay? So this is top shelf stuff. This is like, I don't want to say like special occasions, but a lot of these are special occasions, okay? That doesn't mean though that I won't just grab one because some nights. So there's a little Drew Estate Underground, okay? These are some Sobre Mesas, okay? These are from a blender named Steve Saka, all right? Like the Saka leaf. I really like that blender a lot. I have not tried these. I'm saving them. Here's a Partagas that was a gift from my man Zig Zeller, the doctor. Let me turn the light off. We probably don't need it here. Okay, wait. Oops. Here we go. There's a Liga 9. I always keep a Liga 9 around, right? There's always one. You might see this one and think that's the same one, but there's been like 5 of them in there, right? I just change them out. There's a Monte Cristo number 2 from Habana, Cuba. It's Cuban, from my brother-in-law. This is probably my favorite cigar that you can find. It's called a Byron, all right? I buy them in Nashville when I'm there. You can get them online. They're very expensive. They're about like $35, right? So that's definitely a special occasion. I'm not just going to grab a Byron for no reason unless I really had a bad day. There's La Aura, right? I love these. We'll get into these more. They got lions on them. This is right here is a Safari Smoke. Great construction. Looks to me to be like either a San Andreas wrapper, maybe a Connecticut broadleaf, all right? These are rolled right next door by my neighbor, Aaron Washington, right across the street. There's an LFD Andalusian Bowl. If you ask me, it's an overrated cigar. Maybe it was great when it first came out. I don't think they're as good as they used to be because I trust the people that rave about them, but that's not it. Right? I don't know. I'm letting it sit for another like year, right? Maybe it'll be better there. Some Cohiba blacks. I generally think Cohibas are overrated, but every now and then one of these blacks kicks in a way that I just don't get out of other smokes. Little Juarez. This is an affordable budget smoke. Very strong, very good. Rocky Patel age limited rare. I'm not really into Rocky Patels, but these are pretty good smokes. They're a little inconsistent, I've noticed. Right? That's my third one that I've ever had. I've smoked two. Speaking of not inconsistent, the Norteño, the Willie Herrera blend. Some people call it the bird balls because it's got these little feathers that are on the Nicaraguan state bird. I forget the name of that bird, but yeah. My buddy Cholo Wilson, who's a promoter, he's the one who turned me on to these. I love these Norteños. These are great. Right. I always got those. Always got to have some Norteños. All right. Now we're getting into the nitty gritty. Over here is a Mooncats jam. The Tatuaje. The Pete Johnson blend. You guys are getting bored watching this. Right? Anyway, these are surrogates. These are like La Atelier. Like these are all Pete Johnson blends from a couple different companies, but they basically all fall under the Tatuaje thing, all rolled at Don Pepin's factory and my father, you know. Anyway, yeah. So these are some real nice ones. There's a great pumpkin. Also, I think an overrated cigar. Yeah, there's a regular black label. That's good. Tattoo, that's good entry level, right? Tatuaje. It's like $6-7. Couple of wolves right there. There's I think it's a Tatuaje Black Lancero Britannica, I believe. This is the Hunter. Now this one, I had 5 of these or 6 of these in different vitolas. That's like the size. And man, they definitely get better with age. If you ever come across a Hunter, if it hasn't been, I think, well, if you find one now, it's probably been sitting around a while. Man, fine cigar, Criollo wrapper. All right, these are some T10s. These are very hard to find. T110s, very hard to find. These are the Sumatra ones. I got some more on the way from broadleafs and habanos. These are my regular everyday go-to Tatuaje Series P, very affordable. All right, let's move on down. Perez Carrillo Cigar of the Year 2020 and 2016. I prefer the Encore, but this Maduro is very good, right? It's very good. Cigar of the Year, they don't give that out for no reason. Here's some real fancy stuff. Here's some Opus X's, some Fuentes. These are all the Fuentes, right? There's some regular old 858s. Okay, then you know, you got a Maximus over here from Diamond Crown. And then you got the Opus X's, right? Don Carlos. There's a couple of Cohibas just chilling there because that's the only place they fit, right, in there. And there's a couple more Opus X's. Now these over here, this area right here is like reserved for like everyday Habanos. So by Habano, I don't mean necessarily that they're from Cuban. I mean like Cuban seed cigars, right? So I keep a lot of like, here's one of my favorite cigars of that kind, the Monte Cristo Platinum. I love the Platinum. I think it's underrated. And I also think that it does really well with some age on it. So I let them sit. You know, anyway, yeah. Anyway, here's some more Willie Herrera blends. Charter Oak by Foundation. So they also make a Habano over here. But this is like my Connecticut area where I keep some Connecticut's. You know, there's actually one missing from over there I need to throw in there. All right, wait, what happened to my light on the bottom shelf? Where's that? Oh, man, I need to change the batteries down there. Oh, wait. Oh, there it goes. All right, so here we got some AJ New Worlds, okay? Now, there's some other stuff too, right? Like chilling back here is some Olivas, right? You know about those. But here's an Avo and some Series R's. These are the same blender, E.P. Carrillo. He started the Gloria Cubano. He worked for them, and then he went on to make these Perez Carrillos, you know. But anyway, these some Fernandez. These are the Puro Especiales, my very favorite AJ cigar. And then of course over here, Oscar Valadares, right? The wild card, right? The Maverick, right? Of the industry. He was a tour bus driver for Rocky Patel. Went on to create his own brand of smokes. They're wild. They have crazy bands. These are Mayans. There's like I think like 20 different Mayan emperors. This is the Cicerone, right? And then these are just leaves that are wrapping up like either a Maduro, Connecticut, Sumatra. There's a couple Maduros there too. Now this is what's called the La Duena. Now, this is one of my favorite cigars. This is a Pete Johnson blend for Pete Johnson's for Don Pepin's daughter, but it's actually a my father's cigar. Okay, but he married Pepin's daughter. Now the reason that I love Pete Johnson. He's my favorite blender. I think he's definitely the most fun. You know, I don't know. Oscar's pretty fun too, but Pepin is the reason I fell in love with cigars. So it was like 2006. I had a 601 Connecticut blended by Don Pepin, and I was hooked. You know, that was it. But so La Duena is a special cigar, and it's for Anyway, these are the rest of the Pepins. See a lot of those blacks, the black label, right? That's the Cuban Classic. I really like that cigar. It's great Habano. Oh, my fan fell over. Let's fix that. Yeah, I got these fans in here, but you can see there's a lot of different my father's cigars in there. Anyway, way too long on the humidor. Sorry, guys. I don't know if that was like totally boring or what. Anyway, let me see. I got the little remote, right? I just gotta turn off the lights, right? Boom. Right? That's cool. So yeah. Anyway, yeah. This is the place, right? This is the pad. You know, it's a lot more spacious now. The printer, little table to do some work on harmonicas. There's my harmonicas right there. There's some old harmonicas that I keep out for practicing and stuff like that. Yeah, this is it, right? This is it. This is all there is to it. You know, the rest of the house is pretty cool. These shotgun checks, you know, they just go back. You just go back and back and back. The kitchen's a mess right now. Right? But anyway, yeah. So anyway, let's chill. Let's talk some harmonica. What's really going on? Let's talk about some stuff, okay? So let's see. What's been happening? Like, it's hard, right? Like, I'm back teaching again all the time. I'm trying to take some time off to do some like things for me and things for other people, right? That don't necessarily like include music. So I love that about being home. But it's hard because I'm not out on the road. I'm not touring, right? I'm not doing anything like musically like I was, you know. But it's really cool. I love making the YouTube videos. So I'm glad you guys might have noticed that the whole Chops Are Rolling album is now online under the title The Album We Do Not Speak Of, right? You know, so I got that record up there. I found a way around whatever kind of algorithms or the digital watermark, right, that was on it. I found a way around that. So far, so good. No word on that lawsuit. Haven't heard anything from them in a while. I don't know what the deal is. Of course, the new record is out, right? City Country City is out, right? I know that there's like a lot of you guys can't download it yet. We don't have a release date. For the UK and beyond, right? Australia's having problems. All provinces of the Queen. We're working on that. I will announce a new release date for the download for other countries besides here in Germany and elsewhere, right? So like, yeah, we'll definitely get that out ASAP, and I'll let you guys know. Kate's in the back doing stuff, working on YouTube. All right, I'm just doing a Patreon video for these guys. Nice. Already 33 minutes in, 35 minutes in. We spent like 20 minutes on my cigars. So yeah, that's out. That's good. Can't really tour behind the album because Joe's out with Kenny Wayne Shepherd, right? Like all the time. And he's doing very well and making a lot of money with Kenny, and he loves Kenny. So, you know, Kenny's dates kind of come first and whatever we can in between. Got some shows coming up around town, stuff like that. I'm hoping that next year takes off a little better and kind of stays taken off. I think it might, we'll see what happens. Anyway, um, what else is happening? Oh yeah. Let's talk about this like pedal debate, right? Like all of a sudden the whole pedal thing has come up again, right? Like where people are making a lot of noise about like pedals are bad and stuff, right? I'm gonna make a video. I'm still trying to figure out how to make it, right? Like the video would be like a Pepsi challenge. Like, so I play some music and then you tell me whether or not it's a pedal or not. A pedal is involved in it or not, right? So like the idea would be to stump the majority of people, if not everybody, and nobody could tell, right? So what I need to do is like acquire a few different amplifiers and microphones just to create different tones and textures and different volumes and things like that, right? So we'll see who can tell, like a Pepsi challenge of pedals, right? And like all of these pedal haters, just tell them to take the Pepsi challenge, right? And then tell them to give the numbers of which was number one, A, pedals, or B, no pedals, right? And then I will release the answers to the video later in a separate video, right? Something like that. So I've been thinking about doing that. Oh yeah, this came up. So somebody wrote on one of the YouTube videos, have you seen the movie Whiplash? And I wrote, yes. I said, it's one of my favorite movies. And they said, well, what did you think of the guy? And I said, I think he was a good guy, right? The drum teacher. If you haven't seen the movie Whiplash, check it out. So he wasn't a drum teacher. It was like, the premise of the movie is there's these kids that are going to this high-end, like, jazz conservatory. So, like, kind of like Juilliard kind of place, Berkeley kind of place, North Texas, something like that. So, like, but fictional. And they're there, right? So if they're there, right, if you get accepted to a school like that to do music, you're there for two reasons. Either you're going to come out and you're going to teach music, or you're going to play music, or both, right, on a professional level. That's it. Okay, so nobody goes there for any other reason. You don't spend like $40,000 a year to go to a school like that to just get music education to play on your porch. Doesn't happen, right? You can watch my YouTube videos instead. Anyway, I'm kidding. Anyway, like, the thing comes up about, like, in the movie, the guy who runs the school is really mean, right? He, like, has some very, like, questionable techniques of, like, teaching the students, like, slapping their face to talk about rushing or dragging, right? And, like, and I think almost everybody I know who's watched the video is like, that guy is an absolute psychopath, right? Except for me. I watched the video, I'm like, that is absolutely the most courteous. Okay, there's a difference between being nice and being kind. So if I'm nice and somebody isn't a very good player and they ask me, hey Jay, what do you think? And I know they don't mean, what do I really think? Or like, I know that they're not a professional musician or they don't want to be a professional musician. I say, you sound great. And I mean it, right? Like, for not being a professional musician or for playing however long or just for hanging out, you sound great. Sounds great. Now, if you come to me and you tell me I want to quit my job and play music professionally for the rest of my life, right? And you play for me and it's not very good, I'm going to be kind to you, not nice. And I'm going to tell you, you either really need to work at this, learn to sing, get a van, run a band, have some money saved, maybe not do this at all, maybe quit. Not quit like don't play anymore, but just don't try to do it professionally, right? That's being kind. So what this teacher is doing, okay, by being mean to these students, right, by being like nitpicky and mean and violent and dangerous and scary and all that, is he's preparing them for a life of poverty, right? Of potential drug addiction, of horrible circumstances, of, Pat Ramsey, the great Pat Ramsey used to say to me, Jay, it's the only profession I know in the entire world where hard work, perseverance, and raw talent guarantee you absolutely fucking nothing. Okay, now, look, that's not entirely true, okay? Hard work works, but yes, to an extent, there will be people that don't work hard at all and exceed to large levels, right? There is a lack, right? Like, okay, this is why I have a Patreon channel. It's not just about the money, right? Like, the money's great, and thank you. But right now, I'm leveling with you guys, okay? There's a problem in the world right now, in my opinion. I'm going to sound like an old guy, okay? Where you can't really tell people anymore what's wrong, okay? Because people will say, oh, well, it's just a different style, or you don't get it. Like, okay, there was a time, like when I was coming up, when there was a select group of guys, there was no internet. Nobody was an expert on this other than the people that were making money at it. Feel me? Okay, so when you went to a show and you talked to Mark Hummel or Rob Piazza or Kim Wilson or William Clark or Gary Primich, okay, or Madison Slim or D.W. Gill, who I grew up with, you talk to these guys. I talk to all those guys. You talk to these guys, you're going to get an earful, right? Like, they're going to tell you to shut the fuck up, sit down. They're going to tell you your tone sucks, all right, that you should quit, forget it, get the fuck out of my face, all that kind of shit. Now, I'm not saying that's good, okay, but what I am saying is it weeded out a large percentage of people that were just going to be kind of whiny people anyway. I'm not in a bad mood. I swear to God, this is good stuff. This is good stuff. Now, like, look, when I'm working with my Skype students, most of the time I'm the nicest guy ever, because most of my Skype students are just doing this recreationally, right? It's a fun hobby. But when I'm working with somebody that's going to do this for a living, we're going to have a very different conversation. Okay. I asked Mark Hummel, how do I get where you're at? He said, stay in school. Right? That was the kind thing to do to me, was to tell me not to do this. Also, he knew if I was going to do it, I'm going to do it. Right? I don't need somebody. It's like, look, if you haven't read my thing, it's on here on Patreon. It's the only place on the web it is. Read Stay in College. It's an award-winning article I wrote a long time ago about how to succeed on a shit level in the music industry, right? In the blues world in particular, but in the music industry, right? So anyway, yeah, that the fact that people didn't get me when I said that cat was a nice guy, right? That they didn't understand that, like, that was some good shit. That was some good stuff. That, like, there was a lot of people that they weren't necessarily trying. Look, when I came up, at the club, the open mic night, right? You might go for 6 months, okay, before they asked you up. And if they asked you up and you were bad, you were down after one song, if not in the middle of that first song. All right? What was the result of that jam? Well, it produced Nick Kern, it produced Steve Linworth, and it produced me, okay? And among other musicians. And the other thing it produced was a good bar sales, right? Like the cash register at the end of the night was hopping because people came that weren't musicians to watch good music, not just people jamming who couldn't play, weekend warriors, but people who were trying to make a career out of this. So, and the drama, right? Like, is he going to suck as he gets up? Oh, they're finally letting him up. What's going to happen, right? Like, it was an exciting thing, okay? And when I got up the first time, they got me down after one song, and they said, you're not there yet, man. And then at the end, I stuck around at the end of the night, and I said, hey guys, how you doing? You want to smoke a joint? And they're like, yeah, sure, Jay. Smoke a joint. And say, hey, listen, man, come here. And go to his car, pulls out a tape. Fabulous Thunderbird song, Jumpin' Bad. Jason, Per Hansen, Ronnie Earl's old drummer. Jason, listen to this shit. You want to get good. You want to come back here. You want to play. Learn how to play like this guy. Like, learn it every note. And then I'd come back and I remember one time I did off the wall, right? They asked me to do off the wall. I learned off the wall. I didn't do the bridge right, the little break with the drum roll. And they said, yeah, it's good, but you got to get that drum part right. Even though little Walter probably wouldn't have done it, that's the way it was, right? And the result is that I became a good player. Ken Harris at the Blues Bouquet. He told me learn juke. Came the first week, couldn't do it, go home. Second week, couldn't do it, go home. Went on for like that for like 5 or 6 weeks, right? What's the result? I learned how to play juke, right? So there's a difference between being nice and being kind. And in my opinion, even though that guy comes off as a total psychopath, a total nutcase, potentially violent, dangerous, what are some other words? Incendiary, unstable, all that. To me, that guy is the perfect jazz teacher for like a college level jazz. I mean, jazz is just as bad or worse than blues, right? In terms of making money, So anyway, yeah, I'm just getting old, right? It's just, when I was a kid, we had the meow, meow, meow. We had the meow, and we had the meow, meow, and the super meow, right? Yeah. Anyway, I don't know, man. It's just, information's free. It's like these people that dislike videos, right? Like, what do you dislike about it? It's free. You don't agree with it? Okay, cool, right? But you're gonna hit a dislike video for something free? That's weird. I don't think I've ever thumbs down a video in my entire life, right? Like anybody's video, like not even like a bad cat video or something, right? Like, why? It's free, right? Anyway. I don't mind it, right? The best thing about this stuff is like, if it, is when we disagree, we create conversation, and that's good. That's good. But yeah, the pedal thing, right? You guys saw the thing the guy wrote. He wrote, Little Walter didn't need no stupid pedals, and I wrote back, Little Walter didn't need no stupid YouTube. What are you doing here, right? Right? Little Walter didn't need no cell phone. Little Walter didn't need no air conditioning. Little Walter didn't need no, come on, list goes on and on, right? Right? Imagine if back when Little Walter was playing, if there were guys sitting around going, Sonny Boy 1 John Lee Williamson didn't need no stupid amp, right? And if there was, right, like there's no way he listened, right? Imagine that, right? Anyway, here we are. I'm so happy in this room, right? The camera angle from YouTube doesn't look as good as I thought it would. I thought with the skateboards and stuff, it still looks a little too busy back here, but it's a lot better than it was. Basically, what I did is I got rid of all the posters that weren't framed, except for the more I practice, the luckier I get in the little Sean Costello thing. So anyway, yeah, that's the deal. Patreon, I'm doing okay. I'm doing good. I'm about to go out and have a cigar for the night. The weather here in New Orleans is beautiful. Let me know any video ideas. Put them in the comments section. Write me. You can email me at jasonricci1, the number 1, numeral 1, JASONRICCI1 at gmail.com. Anything you got, anything you can imagine, let me know. I'll try to make a video about it. All right. Yeah. The Halloween video was cool. That one was kind of for Hugh Mitchell. He was asking about putting quotes and so we can do more quotes. I'm gonna have a Christmas one coming up for this Christmas. All right, I don't know any Thanksgiving music, right? I don't know, right? Anyway, love you all. Appreciate it. I'll see you guys soon. Thanks for tuning in. And man, if you made it to the end of this, you're a trooper. I appreciate you guys. Thanks, Patreon. Talk to you soon.